Hey everyone, I wanted to give just a really brief rundown on some things about ManageBack to help you in navigating our class a little bit easier. So here's a student view of our Biology 12 class. This will relate for Biology 11 as well as many of your other classes. I've put over here a description of the class. This will give you an idea of the expectation for each day. And then if you scroll down, you'll see that I have a few links here. For example, I've made it possible for you to go to our Google Drive folder. And then I've also, and these are broken down by topic. And then I also put on here the course information document so that you have that easily accessible to you in case you want to check back on it. In here, I would highly recommend that you get used to using the Units tab here until ManageBack does an update. Because one thing I want you to realize is that it's not as easy to see a lot of the things that are available to you just by looking at your calendar. That's a really great outline of what is due and maybe what online lesson is going to happen that day. But what I'd like you to start getting used to is seeing, okay, here are the units. And I know that we're in our biology of skin color unit, so I'm going to go ahead and check that. And then in here, really start looking over what these essential understandings are, because that's what you're going to be tested on in the IB. And then some of these inquiry questions are going to be what we approach in class. But then down here for my class, this is really important, where you're going to start seeing lesson experiences. This is new this year to ManageBack, but I started the year off with our 2.7 DNA review with my seniors. You can see that in the lesson review, it has what the objective of that lesson is going to be, the strategy, and the tools. Now, just because it's a lesson experience doesn't mean it's going to be 1 day long, right? You'll notice that I've actually set this one to be 3 days long. It actually ended up being a little bit longer for us, just with reviews and some things. Once you're in that unit, you can scroll down and I will populate the stream with everything that you'll need for that unit. Kind of like my website did last year, but I'm getting everything in one place on ManageBack. So here is the online lesson for the very first day of class, and I put the video up. So if you wanted to go back and watch that, you could. And then here's the first task that you guys did, that my students did, discussion, I don't see race. The next online lesson occurred here. I didn't put up a video on that one. I think my computer maybe crashed or something. And then there was a little video questions over biology of skin color, homework notes over 2.7, model of DNA, DNA replication, biology. Here's our next classroom discussion. And then here's today's big online discussion with DNA review. This was a really important lesson that had a lot of details in it. So here is the video for it. And so you can go through and fast forward and just look at the parts that you maybe needed for that lesson. And then you can see I've put a link to the transcription and translation simulation here. Okay. Our next lesson experience that we're going to go into is going to be that of genes or genetics, right? So 3.1, you'll see that I have it identified as starting September 3rd and taking about a week to September 10th. There's some details about it, so you can see the topics, the essential idea, the strategy for how we'll do so, as well as what tasks are going to be required of you during this unit, okay? And then that's going to continue down the line for each subtopic that we're going to do, okay? So please make sure that if you ever need resources, you check these folders first, because I might throw things in here that I don't necessarily talk about in class, okay?